body bags were whore lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, happy Thursday, this is your Fright Chick speaking. So this week I am doing 2006's Penny Dreadful. This is part of my After Dark Horror Fest 2006 box set. Pretty expensive, but I'm pretty sure you can get these things individually quite cheap. Okay, so yes, Penny Dreadful. The premise of this film sounds kind of stupid, it really does. It is a girl, a teenage girl, who has a phobia of being in cars. Okay? It sounds silly, but it works. Okay, so we have Rachel Miner playing Penny. If you don't know who Rachel Miner is, if you watch Supernatural, she played Meg for a while. I think she was the last Meg. And Mimi Rogers is in this, from Ginger Snaps. Was she in the whole trilogy? She was in one of them. Okay, she's in the first one. Anyways, so there aren't very many people in this film. I mean, we just have the two of them. And we have our hitchhiker killer. And then we have various randomers, you know, gas station attendants and random people walking around. But the film centres on Penny and her therapist, played by Mimi Rogers. And the whole film is set on like a mountainside, okay? And the point of it is that Penny is going to a mountaintop retreat with her therapist to try and get some serious therapy for the fact that she is terribly, terribly afraid of cars. When she was younger, she was in a major car accident with her parents, and she saw her parents die quite horribly right in front of her, trapped in a car. So she's never really been able to get in one since, and it's kind of ruining her life now that she's a teenager, you know? She can't really go anywhere or do anything with her friends. So they're off to get therapy. Along the way, they hit a hitchhiker, and as we all know, hitchhikers in horror films are fucking terrifying. So the first like 20 minutes, I'd say, is kind of like one act, and then the rest of the film is act 2, because for the first 20 minutes we get introduced to everybody and they're driving and everything's kind of nicey-nicey, and we get introduced to the hitchhiker who just does nothing and sits there very silently, very scarily, and he's putting Penny at like making her so nervous. And then it all kind of goes to shit because the therapist kind of goes missing and Penny's on her own and she gets knocked out, and this is where Act 2 begins, okay? The hitchhiker has wedged the car that they are in between two trees, and this is where the rest of the film pretty much begins, because the whole point of the film is that Penny is now trapped in the one thing that she cannot stand to be in, but outside of it is gonna be worse because the hitchhiker is terrorizing her. He's doing all this scary shit to her, and anytime like I said, there's a few random people in this. They are literally there to be picked off, okay? Because anytime someone kind of tries to come to her aid, the hitchhiker takes them out, terrifying her even more. So the whole film is literally like relying on suspense, you know? It's relying on the fact that there's a sound on your right, but there's a jump to your left, you know? The whole film is like that. It's all about you filling in the blanks and using your imagination to kind of think, holy shit, what is behind her, what's in front of her, what's going to come from above or below or whatever, you know? You kind of do it yourself. And like I say, it sounds silly when you say it out loud that like the whole film is the fact that she's trapped in a car and she's scared of cars. But it does work because the whole film, like I say, is about suspense. So you kind of do get a bit like, what's going to happen? What, like, is she going to get out? And then you think, oh my god, someone's going to help her. Oh no, they're not, they're dead. And the hitchhiker is just one of those kind of nameless, faceless things, you know. They're not really there to be a character. They're just there to be the evil force terrorizing our young heroine, I guess. But yeah, it did work well. I do enjoy it. It's not a masterpiece, but it's certainly not like a really bad film or poor or anything like that. I thought it was acted quite well considering they don't have much to act off of. So I thought that was done quite well. But yeah, I'd say give it a watch. I mean, it's one of those films where anything kind of goes. You can sometimes tell when you watch a film that maybe the ending won't be happy at all, or maybe like the main character's going to die, because sometimes they do that and it's quite good. I like that because it makes it more interesting. So yeah, I'd say give it a watch if you want to. Pretty sure you can pick it up quite cheap. Now I will see you guys next week. Bye.